So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my shoes off. I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm about 12 weeks post-op from an ACL surgery, and I should not be wearing heels. And the second thing I'm going to do is ask you guys all to take your shoes off if you can, if you're willing. And I want you to sit up in the front of your chairs. Just sit yourselves up. Put your hands down on your laps and close your eyes. And put your feet down on the floor so you can feel the ground. Relax your fingers. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Hold it for a second. And then through your mouth, just let it go. And do it again. Take a deep breath in. And then let it go. I'm going to do one more. Take a deep breath in, and this time take a deep breath in and hold your breath. Scrunch your shoulders up to your ears. It should feel really uncomfortable. And as you exhale, drop your shoulders. Keep your eyes closed for another second. And with your eyes shut, think about the employees you work with, the people you take care of every day in your life. Think about all the things that happen on a daily basis. Push them aside for a minute. Think about yourself. And you as an employee. Take one more deep breath in. And let it out. And then open your eyes. So that was a little bit of a meditative program we've done at our office. It's also something called Brain Gym, which I heard from my 7-year-old in first grade. They do this every morning. So it's not just the employees who need wellness. It's not just kids. It's everyone. It's yourself. And what I want to talk to you guys about today is, what's the state of wellness? Because I'm going to tell you a few stats. They're pretty frightening. What is wellness in the marketplace today? This is the amount of money spent on employees that your employers spend as a result of chronic conditions, obesity, stress, smoking. These are numbers I'm sure you've all seen. Here's another one. The strongest predictor whether someone will lose weight or stop smoking has to do with how motivated they are. And when I asked you to close your eyes and you thought about your employees or you thought about yourself, are you motivated? This is the number, $521. The average amount medium to large companies are now spending per employee per year on wellness incentives. We just had that whole talk about retirement savings, and this is how much our companies are spending per employee. The majority of healthcare costs in the United States relate back to preventable diseases. We know this. But are we motivated to change those diseases? $1,429 is the average additional cost that people who are considered obese pay in healthcare costs compared to normal weight individuals. Here's something that's music to my ears. Raising the bar in wellness is seen as a value add and an asset to your bottom line. Here's a good one, too. 87% of prospective employees favor a company that has a wellness program in place. We talked about that Generation Y in that last speaker. These employees only spend 3 years, average of 3 years in a workplace. Trying to keep them there might have to do with what your wellness plan is. The overall trend for people is to gain weight. We know that. For the last 15 years, I've been a strength and conditioning coach. I've been a personal trainer. I ran my own business. These are the people I was working with, the people who are chronically trying to lose weight, chronically trying to get better. If we can maintain weight, we have a step in the right direction. And here's another one, because we always talk about weight loss, and with obesity being 42% of what is causing our costs, 1 pound per year for 3 years is the average weight loss results of employer-sponsored wellness plans. So these stats are all pretty, some of them are good, some of them aren't so good. And the truth is kind of frightening. I'd spent years doing weight loss research at MIT, and one of the things we saw was our children went from 30% being obese to over 50% now in 2013. So we're not just talking about us, but we have to set the standard for what's going to happen in the next couple of years. How can we raise the bar? What can we do? What can I help you with? What can our company help you with? We want to change the face of wellness. And John's right. I can't stand the word wellness. I came in and I said, I'll be employee health and productivity, but I'm not going to be your director of wellness. Because wellness is 1985. We've been talking about it. We've been doing it. But we have to change what it is. We have to think about strategic planning. We have to create innovative employee engagement. We have to do some measuring and tracking. We have to motivate. And that motivating a behavior change is probably the most crucial factor. We want to increase your employee productivity. We obviously want to provide outcome-based results. The most important thing, I think, to me is I want to personalize the approach. Because if we don't make it important to that employee, what's going to motivate that employee? What's going to get them? What's going to get you to get up out of your chair and do something? We create all these great programs, and then we have the same 10 or 15 people doing them all the time. I see people nodding, oh yeah. You know, the healthy people are not the people we have to change. The healthy people are going to do it anyway. What's going to motivate that employee who hasn't been doing anything for the last 6 to 8 months or the last 6 to 8 years? It has to be important to them. So I want to shift for a second now and talk about your employees, programs you're running. The good old health risk assessment. And our client managers have heard me talk about this because I came in and I said, I don't understand, why are we advocating everyone do screenings? Why are we advocating they do health risk assessments? Because if they're not putting a plan together, what's the point? It's a lot of money to spend. What are we going to do about this? What are we going to get those employees to do? Do you sit at a desk all day? Do you have low back pain? Do you suffer from chronic fatigue? Have you lost motivation? Do you have trouble with your weight management? How about your nutrition? Have you tried to quit smoking? Do you have high blood pressure? Who's got the afternoon blahs? I know that's all of you, myself included. Who can't stay asleep at night? You know, it's interesting. I spent the last 15 years, like I said, running strength and conditioning programs and working at high-level corporate gyms. And somebody who came into this world at 24 years old, you know, kind of not really understanding why people had all these issues, the number one thing I heard was, wow, I have no trouble falling asleep, but about 2 or 3 hours, I wake up. And that actually contributes to a lot of these other circles that you're seeing. So sleep is a huge issue that we actually don't think about. And it's really important. The problem is that these health risk assessments, they're not capturing your employees' engagement. I've seen companies do these big screenings and health risk assessments and spend a lot of money, and they might get 22 or 25, or I heard one the other day, 30% employee engagement. That's great, but that's probably the 30% you would have gotten anyway. That's not the 30% who needs it. That's not the 30% who we need to reach out. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about some things we're doing and what we're excited about, because we want to capture those employees when they're ready, because not everybody's ready at the same time. And when you implement these programs and You implement them in September or January, and then you're like, okay, we've done wellness, check. But what about that employee in June who's ready but wasn't ready in January? So we want to talk to you a little bit about a program that could be ready at any time. So I'm going to ask you to answer these questions. Take a look at the picture. It's the answer for yourself. How about this one? Can you see? How about this one? This was me last night, by the way. How about that? These questions are part of a new assessment that we're bringing as part of NFP Thorbahn. Because we want to talk about mindset, and we want to talk about a behavior change. We want to have employees answer questions that are meaningful to them, and have answers that are meaningful to them. Because if we want to make any kind of changes, it has to be something that's personable. That employee has to say, this is going to affect me. Because it's easy, you talk about retirement, oh my God, I'm not going to have enough money for when I'm done working, or we can talk about, our pay. But at the end of the day, we're talking about an employee who spends 40 plus hours a week, 52 weeks a year. So they spend the majority of their time at their work. We need to work on reimagining their health. So let's talk about ourselves. I can pretend you're all my employees, right? Anybody have back pain? Neck pain? Hip pain? Shoulder pain? So inside your bags, now we get to have a little fun. That's why I took my shoes off, to be honest. Inside your bags, everyone sees they have a little band. So you now get me for the next 20 minutes as your own personal trainer. So everyone find these bands. They're on your table if you don't have them in your bag, and if not, we can always get you some more. So $1.95 you can spend in getting this very difficult piece of rubber here. So I've been using these bands for about 15 years. I still use them. I use them every day. So we're going to use them today. And we're going to start with working on our neck and shoulders. So everyone's tight, right? Put your hands through. Sit forward if you can. So you uncross your legs. I really was serious when I said take your shoes off, by the way. We like to do barefoot training. All right, so sit up nice and tall. Put your hands right at a 90-degree angle so your wrists are right in front of you. I was posing for a picture for you. All right, so it's going to seem easy. Okay, to sit up really tall. This is important that you're sitting up. I should make you stand, but I will in a minute. All right, try to pull your hands apart. Keep your elbows into your rib cage. Pull your hands apart. Keep your elbows at your rib cage. You guys feel that in the back of your shoulders? Now release it. Feel the tension kind of go out. Now, sit up even taller. Push your shoulder blades down. Really push them down. Put your elbows back into your rib cage. Push your shoulders down even more. Those elbows back in the rib cage. It's going to keep happening. Now, keep those elbows glued. Shoulders are glued down. Now pull your hands apart again. Hold it. This is what we do for shoulder rehab. Just hold it. Just keep holding it. Start shaking a little bit. And then release it. So, something really simple. Your neck and shoulders are tight. You're sitting at your computer all day. We all look like this. The last 15 years, I've been training people to do this. Okay? It's something like simple as this. Put it at your desk and just activate the shoulders a little bit. Get them to start working a little bit because we all are so tight here and so weak here because they're all so stretched out from doing this all the time that what happens is our shoulders are weak. So something as simple as a mini band. can help. All right, next one. This is going to get tricky. You guys ready for tricky? You're going to put this around your toes. And you're going to stand up. You can do it in heels if you want. And add a little challenge. Stand up. Put it around your toes. So we all are going to look like penguins now. So no one's going to laugh at anybody else. Everyone's facing me. No one's looking at anybody else. This is your own little workout you're getting right now. All right. So put your feet shoulder width apart, so you should feel a little bit of tension on the band. All right. So you should feel a little tension on the outside of your feet. All right. Stand up nice and tall. Belly's in. Shoulders down. You're going to step. Everyone, don't knock into anybody else. To your right, not my right. So you're going to take your right foot. You're going to step out a little. We're all going to look like penguins, right? We're all going to look like this. Okay? Now we can go to the left. Okay, we can step side to side. We can do like the bad 7th grade dance. Yeah, we all did it. We all did it. All right. So now try to do it without waddling. Try to see if you can step out side to side, small, without rocking yourself. It's hard, right? Anyone feeling it out here yet? Oh, yeah. All right, so we sit all day. You can relax for, stay up for 1 second. Don't, but just relax for a second. So we all sit all day long. You know what that does? Gives us really tight hips, gives us really weak butts. We all have the flat butt syndrome. So, again, something you can do, forget the butt blasters and everything else, the Jane Fonda, put a little band around your ankles, around your feet, and just step. All right? So, we're going to just practice that. Keep your knees really straight. Now, besides Lori and I, recovering from knee surgery, anybody else have some recent knee surgeries? Or bad hips or bad backs? This is the #1 way you can fix it, strengthening your hips. All right, the last one, really, really tricky now. You're going to put it around your ankles. See how nicely I did that? See, you're good. You could be a personal trainer too. All right, you're going to bend your knees just a little bit. All right, you step away from your tables just a little so you guys have some space. Push your chairs in or whatever you need to do. All right, we're all going to take 5 steps to the left. But before you do it, this is like a listening drill. Before you do it, you're going to try to keep yourself really straight. So I don't want anyone looking like this. Okay, you got to keep your belly in nice and tight. Take small little steps to the left. Small little steps. It's hard. But you all look like penguins. I wish I had a little video right now. This is the old ankles around the pants, you know, our pants down around the ankles drill. We've done this. Okay, do the same things with the right. Small. You don't have to make big steps. Whose butt is burning now? Oh, yeah. It's good, isn't it? So again, something so simple, so easy. All right, I'm going to show you the last one. You don't have to do this, but if you want to, you can try. Ooh, sorry. Don't kill the man with the microphone. Okay, sorry. All right, we're going to go just hit your knees. All right, last one. Everyone stand right in front of your chairs. Stand right in front of your chairs. This is the trickiest. Who has to ever go to the bathroom? Because we all do. But none of us know how to squat. Because here's the thing, and I work with kids, so it's not just adults who don't know how to squat. But wow, we have to every day. Not being funny about it. But here's why we have back pain, and here's how we have back problems. Because those hips are so weak, and we can't squat properly. So we're just going to do like a little, like you're going to sit in your chair. We're going to do a little bit of a squat. And you're going to stand up. Oh, you got to push those knees against the band, though. Don't let the knees go apart. Push the knees against the band. So squat and stand. Do 5 of them. And again, what this should help you do is get those hips to activate. Hey, listen, even if our 9-month pregnant person can do it, everyone could do it. So again, just another exercise you can do. So, what are these all good for? Strengthens our hips, balance, coordination, but you know what? It's fun. Did you guys just have fun? Was that fun? So easy to do. So easy. Like I said, a little band. Do some stuff for your shoulders and your back. Do some stuff for your hips and your ankles. And guess what? all of a sudden, we've just done a little seminar for you guys. You can bring back to your employees and say, hey, look at this. Look what we can do. Here are the exercises. We all look like that, didn't we? So I look like that. I didn't show you the last one because the bottom two, I didn't think that was really appropriate, my skirt. But we're going to actually, after this, when we'll send you a link with the pictures and the descriptions on how to do these exercises, so you guys can remember how to do them at home. But everyone should do these. I have been working with people for years and years and years, and I don't care if they're high-level athletes or they're moms and dads who are just trying to get their life back and get their bodies back after years and years of hard work and taking care of kids, or my 16-year-olds that I coach on the lacrosse field. They all do this. And the reason is we all have the same problem. We were not meant to sit, but we do. And we need to work on strengthening our hips. And by the way, those questions I had asked you about, how do you feel at the end of your day, or how would you best describe your life? Those are part of a whole new health risk assessment, along with some of these exercises that I've given you, looking at how you function. And that's what we want to do. We want to improve how you function. So, in conclusion, 5 simple reasons why I think our approach works. We listen. We hear what you guys are saying. We hear what your employees are saying. Hopefully we inspire. We guide. And we make it fun. Every day I tell people my job is so fun. I'm like a global personal trainer. And it couldn't be any more fun because wellness is fun. It's exciting. It's happy. And so in our program, we empower. Thank you to everybody. I hope you guys had fun.